Hello Libra, welcome to your afternoon message. I'm shuffling the beloved ancestors, this oracle. I just got it today. It's done by Carrie Paris, and it's going to be messages meant for just you. So this is going to be applicable for love. You can do it for yourself. You can also watch for just the signs and insignias and the advice that it gives out. You are to draw 3 cards only, and then you're supposed to leave it alone and then connect the dots yourself. Welcome back to the channel. So this is your afternoon one. It barely fits in my hand and I'm not the best shuffler. So let's get started. First message that Libra needs to hear. You have messenger. There's a little angel here, like a very, very little baby angel. And he has papers in his hand or documents. That's your first one. Can I see the connector? So this is how you're supposed to ask. Hospitality. Okay, so that's your second one. Now there's going to be a lot of angels that you see because this is the passed on oracle for ancestor love. It's like their advice, basically. So Carrie Paris is the one who made the siren song. And this was told to me by a subscriber about a year ago, but I don't know why I never got it. Like I wasn't intrigued to buy it right away. And we're going to go and see what your messages are. So again, you can apply it to love, something personal. It could actually be going on in your life at this time as an irony. So we're going to go to messenger first. Let's do that. So your first card is just like a tarot story is the most important. It's the most important message of all 3. It's basically the main card. So let's see if I can find it. Okay, immediately I'm going to hold it up as usual and then you will piece it together, okay, in your own personal story. Extra, read all about it. This helper is a spirit that is divinely spiritly led to you. It is the herald of the divine. The message that he holds in his hand reads, our loved ones are all around us. If you receive the messenger card today, it's a reminder that you're not alone in good times or in bad times or periods of trial that upset or overwhelm. You are seen, you are heard, and you're being shepherded by the invisible choir, your ancestors, guides, spirit helpers, and the mighty forces of light. Keep pulling cards, for there's a message for you from the spirit realm. Okay, so messenger, it gives me 2 cards in tarot. It gives me the Page of Wands, a little bit of the Page of Cups because of his age, and the 8 of Wands because he's holding documents, right? Written correspondence. We also saw it in this morning's reading. It says you are the receiver of a message when this comes to you. It's a spiritual message and it's also divine. I'm just going to sharpen all the cards here. Give me one quick moment. Okay, so you have that as your first energy and it connects to the hospitality card. Okay, so let's check that out. And I have to backtrack. Just give me a moment here, dear Libras, dear beautiful Libras. Okay, how was your day today too? I wanted to connect with you on that level. And it's gloomy over here in California. I don't know about where you are. I do hope that it's beautiful though. It says, cheers and salute to the beloved dead of hospitality. This is the spirit host with the most. And cheers to you because your ancestors are looking for an opportunity to celebrate with you! Exclamation point. This card represents energy from the heart of kindness, generosity, and the giving that makes you feel special, warm, and welcome. It says, come in from the cold, let me take your coat, pull up a chair, eat, drink, and be merry. Does this remind you of anyone in specific as the card is held up? Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys something personal. My mom's, like all of her siblings, are already passed on. Many of them died within their 50s and 60s, like very young due to addiction. They drink a lot. Many of them smoked. And so when I saw this card, I specifically thought of somebody special. And I wanted to let you know that it even asks it in the text there. So maybe when I pulled this up, you thought of somebody immediately. It's a hospitable ancestor too in your family who maybe would always like party, get people to come together. Maybe they were the glue, okay? Or maybe you've recently become the glue in the family. You could be that person. It says there's resonance of laughter, rousing conversations, and a tireless ticking of the clock with no hands. Time doesn't matter. And I feel like you're getting a message of that with these 2 cards. You could have a message that someone wants to celebrate with you. Okay, whether it's here or in the spirit world. It could be here or there. Hospitality is your second connector card. So we close it and we're going to get the final message of all. It is the conclusion card. That's how you read these. So I'm going to get the last one for you and then we'll move on after this reading. To connect messenger and hospitality under the energy of Friday, please. What's the huge big message here? I love this deck, by the way. I'm loving it. I'm going to get this guy because it's peeking. That's a message for you. I do get peekers because this is the education behind it. I feel like when a card is stepping out, it's already edging you as a message. I felt that ever since childhood, so I've just always read that way. Okay, and let's get a flipper. How do they connect? Let's see all the connector cards of this message. You have active love as is. Maybe it's saying it's as it is at this time, or leave it be. That's my predisposition on it. You have promise, which also flipped, and the one that was unturned. Compass. Compass, direction. Okay, I'm going to look down and I want to see which one we should read first. Let's go with compass. Okay, we still have a lot of time here. So let's see how they connect as well. Now the compass card, I feel like it speaks of a direction you're going through, but we're going to read it. Let's pick up the pace here and let's see where compass goes. When you receive the compass card, it's a spiritual orientation and your alignment, your inner GPS. Compass will always lead you to your true north, a fixed point around which all of your sentient experience spins. This is where your heart and soul want to be at this time. That's so the truth. Where you feel fully alive, aware, and in harmony with yourself and your authentic nature and potential. Where do you feel most at home? And it also says, welcome home in the text. I'm going to show you the welcome home part. It's right here, but for sake of time, it's going to go all the way to the next page. So basically, I just read you the first paragraph. It does speak of your true north, a fixed point around which all of your sentient experience resides from. Okay. This ancestor could be trying to say that you're in the spot that you need to be at this time. Also, it's like a cheers and celebration for how far you've come. They're both celebratory cards. Both of them are. Okay, so let's go with as is. This could be a huge connector point between the two. It's an active love card, so you're supposed to go to the beginning of the book. Okay, as is. I found it immediately. Let's go ahead and do this. So it says, you may want something to be dramatically different right now in your life. If only, maybe, if I could just let go. It says your ego rides on the cavalry to help make sense of an unexpected and unwanted outcome. This can't be ... but it is. And so the ego tries to absorb the shock when you receive the as is reading. It's activating a truthful acceptance point and acknowledging of a situation now. It requires the removal of your rose-tinted glasses and a willingness to surrender to something that, at least for the time being, is to manifest out of your control. These are the following 3 words that you need to remember. There it is, and there it is. That's like the mantra for this card. So it's as is. It's where it needs to be at this point. I feel like you're also being congratulated for finding your true north. There's an absolute place where you found now where you can be completely yourself and be unapologetic for it. So I think that an ancestor is acknowledging that you're right at the spot you need to be. And we're going to go to promise. It's your last card. There's a lot of connectors today that showed up for you. Libra sun sign or Libra moon or rising or Venus. We asked a couple questions and a lot of cards wanted to spill out for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and read everything because, we find out together. And it's promise. Promise was the last one. I'll try to be a little bit cricket. I'll try to be a little quicker. Promise. Let's see. I gotta go a little faster. This is going to tie it all together, okay? So promise, and I'm so sorry. It's the first time I'm using this deck, and all of them explain a situation that you're harboring or that you feel, and they can be used as advice cards as well. I do think some of you too, who don't feel like it's in the spot, like as is saying it's where it needs to be or there it is. If it's not where it needs to be, the compass card is actually directing you to where it does feel right. Does that make sense? So there's like an inner compass telling you in your intuition. Your intuition's not going to steer you wrong here. I also feel like you could be hospitality based. You could be a very accommodating Libran as well with the hospitality card. That could even be you. These can be interchangeable as well. So this is the last one. Maybe you needed to hear it today. A promise lies at the heart of this card. A loved one steps forward and reminds you of a connection that transcends space and time. I agree. My word is my bond. I will always be behind you, for you are around you. Let me read that one more time. I think I messed it up. I will always be behind you, for you and around you. That does not make sense, but I'm going to continue. Promise is also a card of significant commitment, partnership, and alliance, and it's personal or professional. It indicates here that contracts are being signed on the dotted lines or an entrance to a contract. Romance proceeds to a more official stage. There can be a commitment or a ceremony before you. Promise not only confirms that the deal will be scaled, also to the approval of your choice. It's to the reliable union, the co-creation, or the meeting of minds. It shows up in conjunction with other more heads-up cards. So let's look around. The heads-up card was your compass. You're being led. Look at this. You're being led to sufficiently make the choices of your inner GPS. The promise is a new contract. And it says you're being cheered on with the hospitality card, which is rather amazing. Okay, don't move is the as is card as well. So we here had a 5-card spread for you. This may have not been as helpful as if we were to do a 78 card reading with tarot. However, I thought to do an oracle read was going to suffice for you. I just want to check the bottom of the deck. It says sovereign. So the sovereign is kind of like a mix between justice and the truth of a situation, which is coming to you. Also, this can be your own sovereignty. Maybe you're your own King of Pentacles or Queen of Pentacles at this time. I want to thank you for joining me for your oracle read. If these messages resonated in any way, or these were connectors in a situation that you're going to or through, let me know. We are going to do a love reading a little bit later. I just got home, so I'm just kind of compiling my cards again. I'm organizing, so I'll be back in a few short moments. I want to thank you for your Friday oracle read. We will be back later on tonight.